And then the tree is going up. The tree is going up.
För årets midsommarstång att åka upp i luften. Det ser ut att gå väldigt stabilt.
So it has two rings. Ingrid, how often do you see this kind of queues?
Not very often, but it happens.
Yeah.
Midsummer.
During public holiday. This country is crazy. I mean, it's amazing how queues just are found only during public holidays. Can you explain? At least in Kenya, you expect traffic all the time. You expect traffic in the morning, expect traffic at 5 o'clock, you expect traffic in the middle of the day. In Sweden, during public holidays, what happens? Please tell us.
But the traffic has increased, so it's nowadays, of course, it's most public holidays, but sometimes there's also a lot of traffic go home from work.
No, not okay. If the roads are being built, for example, yeah. But this kind of, even if the cars have increased, I don't refuse. This kind of traffic, you only find it when there's a public holiday. Just agree. Everybody is going to their summer camps and to visit friends, and look at that. This is not unlike Sweden. And then of course they take the advantage of reducing the speed. We just got here. We are at the countryside. The countryside is at a place called Sandviken in Gävle. So we just got here. The time is about 5:30, and I'm just putting in things from the car and everything. In this country, in this house, there is no water and there is no toilet. The toilet there is the one of a bucket that you need to take out in the morning. So the first thing we do when we come here is to go and get water. And we have these kind of containers and other containers to get water. And then we have a mini fridge where we put our things, our cool food. And the house right now, because nobody has been here for a while, is a bit cold. So I want to start a fire as I put away the things. So let's start a fire. When you're here, there is a minimalized life. When you're here with a minimalized life, you just have what you need. You don't have any extras. So, but it's very cozy and it's fun. The activities are a lot to do here. So today is the day before the Midsummer Eve. So Midsummer Eve is tomorrow. That is the 20th, and then Midsummer is 21st. So we are here to celebrate the Midsummer. Last year Midsummer we were in Stockholm. So I just want to show you how it is to celebrate Midsummer in another county, how similar it is and the unsimilarities. We'll get to see the folk dresses of the people in Sandviken, but the songs are the same. The songs are the same everywhere, and the dances are the same, but maybe the style of doing things is different. Maybe the tree will look different from last year, and the folk dresses are definitely different. So we will get to see that tomorrow. But for now, we are going to do the fire at the fireplace and put away all the things we brought with us. And then I've shown you this camp before, because it's a small country home. I've showed you how it looks before. yeah, so join along. And for the new subscribers, karibuni sana. My name is Generika Balloon, those meeting me for the first time, and this is the best of two worlds, where we do all these different kind of things and learn and enjoy us. And my OGs, I love you guys. Karibuni sana. You know how we do it. We like the video, we share the video to our friends and families, and encourage people to subscribe. Comment, leave a comment at the comment section, and so that the more there's comment, the more there's likes, the more we will be recommended to other people. So please, the new members, double check. The OGs, please double check if you have subscribed. So I did not come alone. I came with hubby, just the two of us, because our children are young adults. They have their lives. Tia is going to be celebrating Midsummer with her friends, and Mary and Jaden have plans with also their friends. So it's just me and hubby. Yes. And I'm not new at lighting fire. These I've done before. I'm a country girl, remember? I'm from the countryside, so these I've done many times. So I'm just doing this to warm up the house, and it will keep, to keep the house warm. And it is very cozy when the fire is on. So we let these ones, the thin ones, get now I'll talk more about Midsummer tomorrow, but literally what it means is that now we are welcoming the summer for real. The Midsummer day itself, that's on the 21st. It's a day when it is bright throughout the day. The 24 hours, it will be day. So night are equal to day. It's not going to be dark at all. But then after that, it starts to slowly start to get dark. With maybe some minutes like that. So, but we will talk about more about Midsummer. Ta-da, guys! There is a fire. Comment below if you can light a fire as fast as I am. Comment. There we go. So now from here we can start putting the stick to keep the fire going. So in the meantime, as the fire is going, I'll be putting away our things, the things we came with. Slowly we are bringing more things to the countryside. So that's what we've done. We have a few more cartons that we brought before. the mattresses. We remove the bed sheets and the blankets, we put them away and cover the mattresses so that they don't get dust when we are not here. So that's what I'm hanging there. The bed sheets there are the ones that had covered our mattresses. I've already made the bed. The fire is ongoing. So I'm just trying to keep the place a bit neat. So if you're interested to see how the summer house looks like, I will pin the video here. Go back and watch that. I will also pin the video about the midsummer last year in Stockholm here, so that you can go back and watch, and now you compare to how tomorrow's celebration will be here in Gävle. This place is about 1.5 hours, 2 hours from Stockholm, with all the traffic that you saw. It's about 2 hours from Stockholm, so not very far away. We love the place because of, one, the nature. I will take you around. The nature is superb. The quietness, it's so quiet, and the possibility of the activities. We do a lot of mountain bikes here, or we have the mountain bikes in the house. I go long distance riding. My bike is in the garage, and that is why we love this place so much. Yes, that's why we love this place so much. It has endless possibilities, endless possibilities, and yes. So keep it here, and I will show you around and take you around. We have a lake just nearby where we normally go to swim, and because the house does not have, or the country's whole house doesn't have water, we go and get clean water from the same place, but in a tap, the communal water. They have provided a key for every home because it's locked. There is a key for every home to go and get water. So that's what Hadi went to do. He went to do shopping, and then he'll come back with clean water for, for cooking, for cleaning our dishes, for brushing our teeth, and things like that. Yes. So this is the countryside life. You are 8 of you. You're only 8 cousins. 11 cousins. You'd fit inside here.
Det var inte alla här samtidigt, men vi kanske var, vi är barn i den här familjen, 4, kanske var barn från Görans där. Det kanske inte var så många, det kanske var 6 barn här inne då.
Which year was that?
Vuxna.
Which year was that?
Ja, 1970 ungefär, sådär.
1970?
Ja.
How old were you?
10.
10 years. Time to grill a sausage just like the old times. Okay, I need what? Don't we need a gaffer?
And this is 55 years later.
But how clean are those?
Men redogör lite då.
Nej, give us, just let's take the ordinary gaffer.
Man kan inte grilla med en gaffel.
Jo.
Ja, men då vänta, håll i här bara. Den här, den är lite rostig.
Ja.
De är äckliga.
We need to work on them if we are ever going to use them.
De här har jag gjort i slöjden.
Have you this? I don't know whether you can see. Can you see this? This.
Jag håller med om att de är äckliga.
Ingve has. Have you made this? You're lying, Ingve.
Nej,
Have you made this? Do at your slöjd?
Nej,
Or do science?
Ja, jag är
The
slöjd.
metal science?
Ja.
Nej.
Jo, det är sant.
How did you do the connection here?
Alltså det mesta gjorde väl läraren, men man visade hur man gjorde, så jag kommer inte ihåg det.
Have you done? How many years ago which class were you when you were doing this?
Jag kommer inte ihåg exakt, men kanske 55 år sedan då.
When you were 10?
Ja, typ.
But you know, Ingve,
Jag var 12.
you know, if we can burn this and sterilize them in the
Ja,
fire.
men vi kan också använda sån här stålull.
But we don't have store, do
Nej,
we?
men de måste rengöras. De säck. Vi kan ta, eller hur?
Yeah, but
Jag
that
kan
is
gå ut
even
och-
worse. We don't have toothpicks.
Jag kan gå ut och tälja en pinne till.
Where have you gotten that one now?
Den var här.
Yeah, but that.
Har vi någon kniv här? Här. Jag går ut och täljer 2 pinnar. Jag ordnar det.
And close the door because the cold air is coming in. This, you made this when you were 10 years.
12. 12. Men kanske 12.
I can't believe it, but good
13.
job. Yes. The thing is,
So you have a teacher who helped you a lot.
oh yeah, that's the thing. I made a night dress during my home science, but this is the thing about this country. They teach in school. You're taught to use your hand, the handcraft, and that's how I described in another video where when you're in secondary school, you go to the class depending on what you want to do in future. So if you want to do sciences, you go to a science class. If you want to do dance, you go to dance class. You still do the main subject, that is English, maths, Swedish, and one science. And then now you do according to whatever you want to do in secondary school. So that's very, very, very good. So we are preparing to grill a sausage for dinner. We had eaten on the way here, so a sausage for dinner before we go to bed. And then tomorrow is the eve of Midsummer, and that we will go to the nearby activity center for the Midsummer festivities. Yes, that's what we are going to do tomorrow. But now we grill a sausage by the fire. By the fire. This is the thing about the countryside. It really takes me back to my childhood, and when we grill maize on the fire with my auntie, with warm hot water for showering. We still do warm hot water for showering in the fire, but then the kitchen was not as modern as it is today at my countryside in Kenya. But it brings a lot of memories, and I love that. I love the coziness of it all.
Den har fått.
Where is it?
I ett glas. Var det? Här. Här?
Thank you.
Nej, perfekt glögg.
When is the last time those things you've made were used? I think isn't it? Must I hold?
Ja.
No, but I don't want
Lite
to
hold
hold.
point.
No, I don't want to hold. You can do like this, so hard.
Ja,
The that one man hold it. This.
Ja, det kan man göra.
You see, I know more than you, and you've grown up with these things. You said, ouch.
Lite håll.
Den är inte lång.
Så, vi kan vila på din. Då blir din svart. Det kommer bli svart.
Nej, I'll turn it.
Det är för nära.
Nej. Det är för nära vadå?
Glöden.
But see, they are already pre-cooked.
Ja, men det ska ju vara varma in.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I
Så
can...
även om de är kokta så kan korvar vara innehålla lite bakterier som måste bli helvarma.
Is it supposed to like break?
Alltså jag har gjort hål i dem för att det inte ska bli sån här break.
On the sausages?
Ja.
Mm-hmm.
Men det finns ingen garanti för det är ju när vattnet kommer ut i dem som de spricker.
Yeah,
Man kan
but
skriva-
that's the whole point. If they break, then
Man
they...
kanske ska ha gjort fler hål.
No, but what I'm saying is it's better they break so that they can cook, they can warm inside.
Det är en kvalitetssåsigt.
Mm?
Det är kvalitetskorv. Nu får vi kanske arkitekten. Oj!
But start by architect.
Ditt fel.
No, how is it my fault now? How is it my fault? Hmm? Should you start with architect or should you start with how to get big load.
Ja, för att man ska bygga lag.
Ja.
då
Man måste ha
först
ritat.
ritningar vad
Okej.
man vill göra. Kanske behöver ha.
You see, mine has broken. So that's how it's going to...
Alltså, ni är nästan färdiga.
Nej,
Det var
inte.
jättevarmt.
Nej, but
Vi
it's
kan
not
gå-
warm
Nej
inside.
men snälla! It's your fault.
No, how is it my fault? How is it my fault? Pin it. Your stick is not that nice. It's okay. You're going to get a bit of stomachache from the ash.
Alltså ash is clean. Look at that.
Come, I show you. Pin it proper. Let me show you. I'm a village girl. You don't listen.
Så.
It has to break so that it's warm inside.
Ja. Den där pinnen var ingen bra idé.
Yeah, but bring and show. Listen to what I'm saying.
Man behöver inte lägga in i askan.
Nej.
Nej, man får inte askan. Det där blir bra.
Ja. Måste man ha, you have to have the drawings fast.
Ja. Men what I mean is you talk to an architect to just first you have our own ideas.
And that's what we need to
And
do.
then we talk to an architect and just to have what do you think? How can we do this? Can you find the last this?
How can it? How do you think this can work? How? Yeah.
So first you need to start with a drawing of this house.
This one.
And that you can get from Lantmäteriet. And then continue.
On the internet, or
No,
you go to the office.
I think you use the internet to get them.
And then.
Titta!
Ja.
Jag är trasig.
Ja.
Ja, that's it.
Ja.
No, but, och sen så får man utifrån dem do some, if we want to extend that way, we need to think how can this be done, where and how.
Ja.
And then we go to an architect to help us, is this possible or not, can you help us with this? And then give some advice
Ja.
and do the final drawings. So the architect will do the final drawings and then to the byggnadsnämnden. But then also if it is like Anders says, there's a proposal that you can extend with 30 square meters without getting.
But don't you need to find out that whether that is applicable already or not?
Yeah, he said it's a proposal, so it's not ready.
Yeah, but if it's a proposal, when do you think it can be ready?
No, you need to find out.
From where?
Yeah, you need to.
But maybe this guy. That's what I'm saying. Maybe this guy knows.
No, I think if about the proposal, you just look at the government's, you can see when it's good, when are they going to make a decision about that proposal that you can find.
And then about now the sewage and all those kind of things. Because even if we don't have a drainage, we still can extend the house without the drainage and then do the where the drainage is gonna be once it's done, but still do the house as we wait for the drainage. So there's really nothing that is holding back. So this, you think this is ready?
Yeah.
This one?
I think yours is ready.
I had a bigger thing like that one inside here before you came. It has burnt very fast.
Det här är livet.
Ja.
The simple life. sausage and a beer in front of the fireplace. Now
Yeah.
you are happy.
Yeah. That's why I wish we could build it so that we can stay here in the winter. We skulle vara jättemysigt.
Det var gott.
Mm.
Absolut.
Mm. I don't know how these ones are tasting.
Mm. Den första var väldigt bra.
Mm.
Har du bränt? Oj vad du har bränt i.
Yeah, but it's just the skin.
Och så då Jyssas korv att det är kolsvart.
Why? Huh? Why?
You know, there was also always a fight about getting to the best place in the fire.
Yeah,
So you were doing all this, you know, 5-6 sticks inside there,
yeah.
trying to get the best.
You couldn't help her, she was your twin. Those who don't know, Ingve has a twin sister. They are not, what do you call it when they are not, what, an egg twinning?
Maybe 2 eggs, 3.
Yeah.
But that's too hot.
Huh?
Too hot.
Uh-huh. You're feeling stored?
Mm.
Oh, wow. I mean, I could sleep here.
I know.
Oh. Yeah, bless their soul. They wanted the best for us, but me, I want the opposite. Now that my children are bigger, it's time for us to squeeze and for me see.
Mm.
Yeah. When they come with their partners, they either sleep here or we build something small outside.
Mm.
But then also they also never had at a different home. They only had that one.
Vadå?
I mean, they only had that home at home. They
No,
they
no.
didn't have different.
No,
Yeah,
no.
they didn't have. I remember Dad wanted to build at the tea farm. Mom said no.
Alltså.
Right, she said no. For what? Who will be going there?
He wanted to stay there during weekends.
No. Yeah,
have
you
to
know
look
when
at
we
when
during
he
harvest.
When he going to the farm and harvest. he
Yeah,
wanted
when
to-
there's harvesting, he has a place to stay. Even us, when we go and maybe it's late, we have some. Mom said no.
Mhm.
No. She said,
Until han skulle fastna där.
yeah, fast now, but you also know, African men.
Ja, nej.
Ja.
Until han skulle fastna där.
Yeah. I remember that very well. Dad saying, "Oh, here I want to build a good home so that even when you guys come, you can sleep." Mom said that discussion we've had it and it's final. There's no home that's being built. And that
Men det var det hon som bestämde.
oh yeah, oh yeah. But that thought also she said when he kind of now started to get sick, she said there's no point of keeping that farm because me I will not manage it. So the best thing is you sell it. So he sold it before he got very sick. Yeah.
Men den var ju stor den till farmen.
Den var väldigt stor.
Ja,
Den var väldigt, väldigt stor. Väldigt stor. And I don't understand even like how he managed the coffee, he managed the tea. I don't know. But it was well managed all the same. Even the coffee was well managed.
Jo, men
But you know, coffee, that time when we were small, we've been educated with coffee money. Because what would happen was, when you take your coffee beans to the factory, you know the factory that now is almost no factory, you take your beans to the factory, they are weighed. You know, you have 1,000 kilos, for example. 1,000 kilo is converted into so much amount of money. That money, he would not take it. It was connected to our school, to our schools. So that's what you pay school fees with. Yeah. So once the money comes out, it's put into the account of the school. I mean, the factory did not know which account they were, but it was, you know, that much would go to that school. So we never lacked school fees. I've never been chased home because of lack of school fees. Yeah.
So the coffee
And the tea
the
also.
idea of the coffee and the tea was to be able to
Educate the
support,
kids.
educate the kids.
Yeah. And that's how we've been able to go to nice boarding schools, because going to boarding schools then was a privilege. Not everybody could take their kids to boarding school. We were among the first kids in that area to go to boarding school. And we knew, reach class 4, there's no discussion, you're going to a boarding school. By the time you're in class 3, you've done like 4 or 5 interviews in different schools.
Hur gammal är man då?
Då är man kanske, how old can one be? Almost like 10, 11, even young 9.
So it means when you were 9 or 10, everybody left home.
Yeah, everybody, we knew it. There was even no discussion. Everybody has gone to boarding school apart from, I think, my big brother, the one who passed away. I think he's the only one who never went to boarding school. The rest of us, Hera Robert.
But it also means that the life of the parents is a bit more easy.
Yeah.
In that way.
Yeah.
Put your kids.
Yeah, because they were busy. I mean, they were both busy. Mom was a teacher. She was very much involved in church. Dad was the district education officer, in charge of all the head teachers of the school. I mean, but I don't think that was the point. I don't think it's because they were busy themselves.
No,
it's because
no.
they that time you got the best education in a boarding school. And then of course, I don't know whether they thought about the discipline, but of course the discipline and the training of being able to take care of your own things. Yeah. But mostly for them was to give us good education. Yeah. Boarding school, you're away 3 months. You come home 1 2 weeks, you go back another 3 months. You come home for a month for Christmas. Like that. So you're really at home. Yeah. Most of the time you're in school. With visiting days, that is twice in those 3 months, the parents are allowed to come twice to visit you. You don't, I mean, you're always in school uniform. In school, you know, you rarely get to the luxury of having home home clothes.
Mm.
And then now you're picked and dropped. Me, I never ever went to school by myself.
Mm-hmm.
That was also a luxury,
Mm.
to be driven back to school by your parents.
Mm.
I think it was good. It was good. Boarding school is good for discipline and then, but these days, boarding school, I don't think I would have taken my children to a boarding school, to be honest. Maybe secondary school, but
Okay,
there's so much drugs now in school. Yeah. Because kids have gotten, I mean, we were given pocket money. If you're given 100 shillings, it's not given to you. It was given to the accountant. That is to now buy you the necessary, your shoe polish is finished, things like that. But the kids today are given money.
They're given money and they use them the way they want.
Yeah, you're given your money like this. Me, I was never given money on my hand. Never.
And then you don't know what the kids are doing.
No, you have no idea. You have no idea. When they come to visit you, okay, the only thing you were allowed to take to school was butter, then have bread, smør. We were allowed to bring cod river oil, then have fish oil, egg clear, fish oil. Or say there was some other cream we drank made out of oranges. And all those things would put on the table. There's a table like this. We were in the dining hall. You'd sit like about 20. Everything is in the middle of the table. But nobody would touch anybody else's because everybody has the same thing. You know? Good morning. This day, let's do the dishes. This is how we do it outside here. Ingrid, you need to help me open here. This thing is open for me here, please.
Har de här på marken?
Nej.
Jag kan lägga en press här så vi kan ha dem. Det här går inte.
Nej, men de här ska inte vara här hela tiden. Jag ska bara diska och gå in med det. The one is going to break the table now. So I have several of these things that I have gotten from different places. So we use them. I have marked them clearly to use them for different showering and for washing dishes and for just improvising. they are biting there. What else was there?
Vi lägger in det. Vi lägger in det här så länge. Så det blir plats. Ja, men jag tycker vi kan...
Jo.
Det är ditt bra.
Ja. Jag har allt det här i mitten.
Det här var inte så.
Are you ready for Midsummer?
Yes.
Firande? Tell us about Midsummer. What do you celebrate during Midsummer?
We celebrate the brightness.
Mhm.
We celebrate normally the brightest day of the year.
That is tomorrow, not today.
Could be tomorrow, could be today.
At-
But we normally celebrate on a Friday.
Uh-huh.
The
The
brightest
eve,
day.
the eve of. But the brightest day of the year.
The day itself could be midsummer. It depends of the sun.
Uh,
So,
mm,
but it's the brightest day of the year.
uh-huh.
And we also celebrate the, what we call it?
Well, isn't
When you see the fertility.
yeah?
You celebrate that fertilitet.
Fattabilitet.
Ja.
Fattig, alltså the poorness.
No, you're celebrating that you make children. You make children.
Oh, fertility,
Yeah,
fertility. Oh,
You
fertility.
celebrate that, the brightest day and fertility day.
Fertility, does that mean that this is when people get more children, or what does that mean?
No, you celebrate it.
You just celebrate that there are many children. Isn't it?
That you celebrate that you create children. And the world needs more children.
The world needs more children. But is
And
it?
some of the children are made this day, of course.
But isn't it also welcoming the summer? Or?
Not exactly. Welcome.
Before the cook. So, welcome to the channel, Generica Ballerund and Mr. Ballerund himself. And for those who don't know us, and welcome back to our channel. This is the best of two worlds where we celebrate everything and show the both sides of the coin. So today is the eve of Midsummer. Midsummer day is tomorrow, so today is the eve. In Sweden, you always celebrate the eve of the day. So if it's Christmas, you celebrate Christmas Eve. In New Year, it's New Year's Eve. And yes, so today people are dressed in their best clothes, the brightest, best clothes, flowered clothes. And then you have this ring around. What is the significance of the ring around your head? The flowers,
It's a ring of flowers.
it's because there are a lot of flowers. Yes. So there are those who make.
It's part of the symbol that you. Yeah.
Yeah, and those who have the folk dress, you can wear your folk dress, isn't it?
Yes.
And then there are special songs we are going to be singing today and dancing. So stick around and watch the Midsummer celebrations in Sweden. And this Midsummer is celebrated in the Nordic countries, Sweden, Denmark, and Norway. Scandinavia. Sweden, Denmark, and Norway, and Finland.
Yes.
And Finland, so the 4 countries celebrate the Midsummer because we share almost the cultures and the traditions are almost shared, right? And yes, and of course maybe the Midsummer tree looks different, maybe, but yeah, we will show you all that. This is like I said, when you go to Rome, you don't do like the Romans do. So this is part of the celebration, even for us foreigners who have come, right? You have to adapt. You have to adapt to the traditions, and as much as you also celebrate your own traditions from where you come from.
And tradition is also to have big parties for young and old.
Yes.
Lot of parties,
Yes.
lot of food,
Yes.
lot of drinking.
Yes. So it's really a party. It's a party day. I'll show you around. There are cars, a lot of cars here. People biking, because of course if you drink you cannot drive, right? We heard in the news that the police are going to be vigilant this weekend because it's a whole weekend. It starts today. It started yesterday actually. Yesterday, today, Saturday and Sunday. So the police are going to be vigilant on the road, catching anybody who is drinking and driving. And yeah, you can see at the end there. And I don't know whether you can see. You can see there's an emergency car there in case you get sick. But then you're going to say what in there?
No, if you are young, like when I was young, it was definitely the biggest holiday during the year.
The biggest holiday during the year.
You started to discuss in April what you are going to do
for Midsummer. Yes, that's it, and that's what Tia does every year. Our youngest daughter, right? And even Mary used to go for these parties where they connect many young people and they're in one home or they're in a park. Just having the party, the food and the drinking and the music. But this Midsummer Finland, actually near where you raise the Midsummer tree, is for children. Here you'll find a lot of kids, families with kids, right? You maybe find the young people, but not as many as the children, families with children. Yes, and then now, of course, the evenings, there's a lot of parties in very many homesteads. Yeah, many homesteads. Yeah.
And it's also like everybody lives down.
Everybody lives there. Yeah, most people are in their country home. It's empty. Yes. By the way, that's true. If you don't have a countryside, you've either been invited somewhere, or you're traveling. Most people are doing something. Most people are doing something during the summer. Like you said, in Stockholm right now is almost like a ghost town. Because also most people have started their holidays, right? Yeah, most people have.
No. Those people start in a couple of weeks.
Okay. Yeah, so fun. So happy Midsummer for all those who are celebrating Midsummer. And cheers. So stick around, we will show you around. also arrange games for the children, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look. Has no skinka.
Så vi har massa rostbiff.
Ja.
Lite till salladen.
Nu vill jag bara ha.
Den är bra, det gick alltså egna. Det är goda.
I rarely find anybody in black. Let me tell you about the Swedish people. They love black. Am I lying?
Nej.
Swedish people love wearing black on black. But today, I don't think you will find anybody wearing black. What is the typical midsummer food? Fast potatoes. Strawberries, of course.
Strawberry cake.
Strawberry cake.
Och then det vanliga. Sill, lax, fiskkorv.
Still are small fishes that are in small containers. What else? You see?
Ja.
But seal is almost like all season, all high season, even Christmas.
You know. Sill, salmon, meatballs, prinskorv. You have it for Christmas, you have it for Easter, you have it for Midsummer. There's no difference. We eat till 3 times a year. For Christmas, Easter, Midsummer. No.
And this soda that is either post-most, it's the same drink, but during Easter it's called post-most. The same drink during Christmas is called Yule-most. Midsummer is
No,
called...
we don't use it for Midsummer.
Okay.
And then, of course, knäckebröd and some stone cheese.
Yeah.
But it's the same.
I'll tell you, the ladies passing there what they are wearing on their head.
For Christmas, of course, we eat the ham and eat, a lot of other things.
Yeah, the only
For
difference.
Easter, you eat this lamb. For Midsummer, there is no other extra you eat. You just eat this köttbullar.
Yeah.
And maybe for dinner you grill some meat.
Yeah, but mostly for Christmas you will do lamb, is it? Or is
No,
it
it's for Easter.
for Easter lamb, and for Christmas
It's ham.
Ham that is from the pig
And the ribs.
and the ribs, yeah, and then
Of course, a lot of other things.
yeah.
But the thing is, like for Christmas, the tradition that you start to eat at 2 in the afternoon.
Yes,
the
because
lunch.
you have to watch Karanka.
Yeah,
That is a
but it's
Christmas
quite
film.
early.
Yeah.
For Easter, I don't know, maybe in the afternoon, like we do 3 or 4.
Yeah.
For Midsummer, you eat lunch at 12. You start at 12 or 1.
Yeah.
Then you eat the lunch.
Yeah.
Then the party starts.
Then the party starts. Yeah. Yeah.
Then you drink your head off in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And grill some in the evening.
Yeah.
And then during midnight you play some games
Yeah.
like Bokia.
Yeah, because it's bright
Rocket,
throughout
yeah,
the
yeah,
day.
yeah.
I mean, throughout the day. The days are as much as the night. So it doesn't get dark. It does not get dark. It does not get dark. But then after that, it starts to get dark by the minute. Yeah.
But I think that one thing that if you're not born with it,
Yeah.
people don't understand that the party starts at 12.
Yes,
during
but
the
that,
day,
by the way, that
or
is
1.
true. Yeah, that's true.
And
That's
you can't
true.
come later on because the party starts. Then you start with the lunch.
Yes. because then the drinking also has to start early
Yeah.
and goes on the whole
And the
night.
singing,
Yes, and the singing and yeah, that is so true. That's true.
We can't do like
Yeah, but that's also
some we know that comes maybe at 5.
the party is
No point.
there's no point of going for a party at 5 o'clock because then I mean the party is almost the food party is almost is over. The food party is over. Okay, there is food throughout,
Yeah, maybe the food
but
is
if you want to
yeah.
sit
No,
all of
maybe
you together and
greet,
eat,
you greet something in
yes,
the evening,
you
but
agree.
the lunch no at 12 or
Yeah,
1.
yeah,
That's when you start to eat your herring,
yeah,
your seal,
yeah.
your
But that is why I say
because
when you go to Rome, you do as the Romans do. You cannot go to a country where I mean, and not adapt to their traditions. I'm not saying you leave your traditions out, but you have to adapt to the traditions of where you live. If people, I mean, in Kenya, you're invited for a party 4 o'clock. You can come at 8 o'clock. It's okay. But in Sweden, if you're invited for a party at 5 o'clock, at least be there 5 minutes after 5.
I know maybe 15, 20 minutes is okay.
It's okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you are not there 1 hour.
Yeah, 1 hour late people. By the way, that's a tradition. You come to a party 1 hour, people will start to look at you with bad eyes because they are thinking, what is wrong with you? That is true. That's true.
But it's also got this thing. It's respect for
The party,
for the house.
the host.
host.
Yes, yes.
Because they are planned.
Yes.
They are trying to get the food.
Yeah.
Because we normally eat hot food.
Yeah.
We don't want it to be in a hot time for many hours.
Yes.
So you are planning for that.
Yes, you've been planning for it. That's true. That's true. That is true. But you know, Africans, we have an issue with that. We can almost never go for a party on time. I don't know.
But it also means that you are prepared for it. If you are cooking something, you have a stew in big bowl.
Yeah.
It could be there for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
But that is why also you look in some cases, people started to cook at 5 o'clock. Yeah. So if that food is left, of course the food has been cooked, then it has been put in pots, open and close. You can easily get food poisoning.
Of course.
Yeah,
of
you
course.
get
You
food
don't
that
want
has already started to ferment. You eat food and the next day you're having issues with your stomach. That is because you eat food that has been open and closed for too many times.
But I remember one time we went to visit somewhere in some village somewhere.
Yeah.
And we were talking about we should be there at 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And we came there by 8 in the evening. That food, it was ready by 2. So, of course, it had been, like you said, it had been put warm, cold, warm again, cold, warm again. At that time, I was scared to eat the food.
Yeah, I know you're very sensitive because you don't want to eat food that has been open and closed so many times because of But it is true. That's how we are. We come there 8 o'clock, and the food is already fermenting, and especially food that has been made with carrots, food that has been made with potatoes. In weddings, I'm very and when I go to weddings, apart from the last wedding we went, actually, where the food has been cooked well and it was warm. Most weddings I don't eat because that food has been cooked from 5 o'clock in the morning. It is true. So the venue.
So also you are a little bit sensitive.
Yeah, I am very sensitive because I've been living here. My stomach is not used to the fat, because you don't know. And then the food was cooked 5 o'clock. You come there at 9 o'clock. The food has been opened and closed and opened and closed. It starts to ferment.
Yeah.
The potatoes were peeled the day before. The carrots were done the day before. Not to talk about even the salad. I don't think I'll eat the salad because you don't even know whether it's been washed. Not to say that I don't love my tradition and my home, but there's some things.
But that's something I learned since I was started to travel in Europe.
Yeah.
Everybody told me don't eat the salad.
Oh.
So if I travel to
If we are not at home in relatives where
it-
the salad has been dressed well, I stay away from the salad. Yeah.
But also when I travel in Europe, like to Croatia, when I was young, Slovenia, Hungary.
Yeah.
If you go to a restaurant,
Yeah.
I just put the food aside.
Yeah, the salad.
Because at that time you couldn't know how the water was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where they had rinsed food, the salad. So,
Remember when we went to Mombasa at a restaurant and we ate samosa? You remember?
Yeah. Or you ate some more.
Did I get a stomach problem or was it just maybe?
No. I think you got also.
I did.
Yeah.
But Mary,
You also got.
Oh my
I
God.
was the one that I didn't eat the samosa.
Let me tell you.
Because I saw them.
Yeah.
Of course I understand that you put up, down, up, down, up, down. It was a buffet that was open for many, many hours.
Let me tell you, I'm scared of eating samosas. I don't know who has cooked them because of the fact that you have no idea how the meat even has been handled.
No.
Mary threw up in a restaurant. She threw up. The whole table. You wanted to run away. You know? Interesting. Very interesting.
It is been the place. What's your plan?
Oh my God.
That was your responsibility.
We were in a hurry. You can eat from this paper. This part, it will be okay.
You were in a hurry. That's not a good excuse.
Oh my God. But you can use this, the bottom of this. Or you put your guba in the paper bag and then use the plate.
And you?
Yeah, use the container. Oh my God, Dini. And there's another one here. No. Did you tell me to carry the? Did you tell me to carry the plate?
No.
And yesterday I asked you, why have you bought paper plates?
Yeah.
And then I answered for myself, it's for tomorrow. Yeah, I eat it nothing. Nay.
How should you be able to eat?
Yeah, but I'll eat in the lock in this one. Ingve, you're very funny. Okay guys, let me take you around and show you around what's happening. Nothing much is happening. I just want to take you around and show you. People have been here for a long time. You can see the cars on that end. Just sitting and waiting. It's the time for the song to come. And here we have the midsummer tree. I don't know the significance of the midsummer tree, but what I know is that the tree is made out of flowers and greens and vegetarian from found around to symbolize growth. Like we said, growth is not only on people, but growth of the fact that there's a lot of flowers growing and a lot of vegetables and food growing. So this is what the midsummer tree symbolizes, and you can see at the very end it has the Swedish flag, and then it has rings to symbolize the people, that you are united, that you are one in as a community. So that's the midsummer tree. What's going to happen is that it's going to be raised, and then people are going to dance along the tree. And so the flowers are picked from from around. So there's nothing that is imported. And then, of course, it's going to be raised, and there's going to be a lot of dance and song. So you can see people who've been sitting and waiting, and and just enjoying and waiting to celebrate this big day. So I'll just walk around and show you. There's a lot of, you don't have to bring your own food. There are people who are selling. You want hot dogs, you want a hamburger, you want a drink. Okay, not alcohol, but sodas. You want ice cream. I'll go around there. I'll show you. Yes. I'll start from here where there's the ice cream, of course, because of the kids. And then there is the sugar. I don't know what they are called. We call it soke rush. Bubbles made out of sugar. A lot of sweets, because that's part of the celebration for the kids. A lot of sweets. That's there. Different kind of sweets. Of course, if you want to paint your face for the children, a lot of entertainment for the kids, of course. And here, this is now where they are doing the hamburgers, the sausages, whatever you want to eat. So you really don't have to bring your own food. Everything is catered for here. And of course, there are restaurants. There are about 2 restaurants in this place. This is an activity center. It used to be a copper mining activity center many years ago, but now it's been converted to an activity center. So here you can do the riding, you can do you can paddle with the canoe, you can do golf, you can come swimming, there's a place to swim. You can do all sorts of activities here. So you can see this is activities for the children, just to keep them busy as we wait for the music. Let me just walk a bit. So here it's steel that was making the railway line. That was what was being produced here, and some of this is what you can see the remains of that. These to form, they would make forms, and they would make all the different types of the railway that was needed for the railway building. That was done here many years ago. You can see this is part of the traditional outfits. And there are restaurants. There are restaurants for if you don't want to bring your own food, if you're not from here. And I'm sure there are people who've traveled from far and wide. And maybe they didn't want to the hassle and bustle of bringing your own food. So they're here. You can sit down and eat. You can come with your friends and just sit in the restaurant and eat and buy your food and drink before the celebration starts. So this is where our summer house is, and this is where we come to unwind and relax and find peace. Not that there is no peace, but sometimes you need the quiet times. So this is where we come. I just want to take the traditional outfits of the ladies. Those are the traditional outfits of different communities and different places, but especially in the land of Yevu. Those are the folk dresses. with the Swedish flag colors, yellow and blue.
Och den har lappats ihop och den har fått omtanke över vintrarna. Men varje år så har den åkt upp. Det är bara lite vajrar och grejer som har gått av. Men de ser stabila ut vajrarna i år.
Tack så mycket. Grattis. Tack.
Midsommarplatsen.
So now the folk dancers are coming in, dance.
Ja,
Coming in
applåder för Hög och folkdansstilen
with all the
och
instruments made from metal from this area. So they come in as a couple, a man and a wife.
Ja, ni kan klappa lite mer tycker jag för folkdansare och för musiker. Ja, varmt välkomna Högbo folkdanslag.
Outfits
Eller Högbo folkdansgille ska jag säga.
region in this
Och Sandvikens spelmanslag.
Pojkarna brukar ha de där hacka och de andra och tjejerna brukar ha de blommorna.
Ja,
Then the
då är
tree
det
is going
dags
up. The tree is going up.
för årets midsommarstång att åka upp i luften. Det ser ut att gå väldigt stabilt.
So it has 2 rings and a cross in the middle.
Sådär ja, och där! Ja, så blir det rungande busvisslingar och applåder för 2025 års midsommarstångsresning. Helt perfekt, eller hur Olle?
Ja, snyggt jobbat. Härligt, nu är vi igång. Och vi lär ju såklart ha ett midsommartal, eller hur?
Ingen midsommar utan ett högtidstal.
Och vet du vem årets talare är?
Kan du berätta det?
Det ska jag berätta för dig. Han heter Peter Folkesson.
Ja, från Spira.
Ja, utvecklingsledare och enhetschef. Vi ger honom en stor applåd! Peter Folkesson!
Ja, välkommen.
Tackar. Ja, jag heter Peter Folkesson och arbetar som chef för Spira-enheten i Sandvikens kommun. Spira, det är ett jättestort tillsammansarbete där vi samlat föreningar, olika förvaltningar, bolag, som bland annat Högbo bruk. Syftet är att tillsammans hjälpas åt och skapa goda uppväxtvillkor för våra barn och ungdomar genom att fler barn hittar en tillhörighet. Alla goda krafter kan bidra i det här arbetet. Du som förälder, föreningsmänniska, personal.
Den var ju ganska...
Det är stor skillnad på polka och polska. Och det kan ni passa på att fråga om folkdanser här idag. För här, Högbo folkdansgille är expert på folkdans. Så vill ni prata med dem så ställ lite frågor. Ni kan säkert få vara med på någon kurs framöver och lära er att dansa. Men nu lämnar vi över till folkdansare och musiker.
Ja, det är bra.
Are you ready? Yeah. Då kör vi! Små grodorna är lustiga att se. Små grodorna är lustiga att se. Ej öron vad det. Ej öron, ej svansar hava det. Bra. Ja. Då tar vi små grisarna. Små grisarna är lustiga att se. Små grisarna är lustiga att se. Vår öron, svansar hava det. Vår öron, och svansar hava det. Och nuff. Och då undrar jag så här, nu har vi sjungit om grisar. Har ni något annat djur? Där har vi ett förslag på att höra här. Vad säger du?
Fåglarna!
Va?
Fåglar?
Ja. Hör ni, små fåglarna är lustiga att se. Både näbbar och vingar har det. Ja! Hör ni det? Då kan ni vifta med näsorna och flexa med armarna. Det här ska bli grymt.
Det här är bra.
Små fåglarna är lustiga att se. Små